Hey everyone, I'm back at it again with another video for all of you, and I'm sorry that I've been MIA. But tonight I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm going to get right into it. I will remind everybody, and I'll try to do it again. Uh, right when the show is almost over. This is where you can email me for those of you that are looking for coaching. I do take people that are really going through it last minute. If you email me, I will try to get you in as soon as possible, or at least when I have my next uh, available session slot time. I work on weekends, I work nights. I try to make it accommodable for all of you and most convenient for all of you that are in need of help and need to talk to somebody who's been through narcissistic abuse. Um, so let's get right into this today. I got a lot of people, you guys, who they will be talking to me in session, and they're going to be like, I don't know, maybe I'm the one who's narcissistic. My partner, who seems to be the one who has the qualities, is trying to convince me that I'm the narcissist. Well, guys, that's what demons do. Okay? That's entirely what they're trying to do. That's their entire makeup. That is what they do. We're going to get into all the qualities once again that I believe all of you need to know and you need to hear about and be reminded of tonight, of what it is that the narcissist actually does, so that you know truly who is the one who has demonic infestation, demonic attachments, demonic uh, uh, infections inside of them, which is why they're all doing the same thing. Every single one of these narcissists does the same exact thing over and over and over again. And so, this is how to know who is actually the narcissist. Let's revisit this tonight. I have down here, let's see. I have down here 13 points plus some added bonus things I need to talk to you guys about tonight, so that you can really make this distinction of these people. Once again, when you meet them, you will be like, that I know this person. I've seen this person before. I've been around this person before. Yeah, because they're all operating in darkness. They're operating from the dark side, and the dark side has convinced them that there's nothing wrong with them. It's you, it's everybody else. So, the first thing I have down here that you will know who is the narcissist, they have to turn around what they did to you and to others. So, therefore, they're always making themselves out to be the victim, instead of taking any type of accountability to their own behaviors and actions. So basically, they did you wrong. You walked away, and then it's you that did them wrong. They are the victim, guys. They're the ones that are saying, doing absolutely rude, obnoxious, ridiculous things to you. Then you have decided that you're going to walk away, and then they tell you that you're the narcissist. You're the one. You're the one. It's beyond sick, but they all do this. They all have to set themselves up to be the victim, and that's how you'll know. Especially after they did something wrong. It's like an instinctual thing they're going to do. Well, you did this, and that before. So they're expecting to always be the one that comes out on top, the one that didn't do anything, and the one that has been victimized by you. The second thing I have down here is they are prone to anger all of the time. All of the time. They are living and dwelling in this place of negativity 24/7. As a matter of fact, if they can't find something to be miserable, angry about, uh, they're uncomfortable. They have to find something or someone to fixate their angry outbursts on, and their angry feelings and their feelings of hatred, which really are for themselves, but they're not going to recognize that because the demons inside of them have convinced them that, it's you, it's them, it's her from, 15 years ago. So they're always trying to fixate on something to make them angry all the time. You will notice this. Okay? Normal people, they go and they really do the work, and they really get therapy where they're trying to make sure that they get rid of this because they don't like walking around with feelings prone to anger all the time. But narcissists like that feeling of anger. They actually enjoy it, and it's something that they look forward to. It's something that they're seeking all the time, and they get enjoyment from being angry. And and we're going to get into in the end of this video, we're going to get into, do they know this about themselves or do they not? We're going to talk about that. Number 3, they will not apologize. Okay. They're not going to apologize. And if they do, it's going to be something that is requiring them to feel like they need you again, or they need something, like actual friends, because they can't maintain healthy long-term friendships with people. So they'll literally they'll waken from some type of drunken or Xanax fueled email, text, voicemail that they left you. And instead of doing the right thing by being accountable and apologizing for doing that to you, they're going to double down on that behavior, acting entitled to do that behavior, and expecting you to shut up and continue to put up with it. So the most you're ever going to get with them, you're going to notice, is like, I really don't know what I did. If I did a famous line, an infamous line that they're going to do is, if I did something, or could you tell me if there's something I did wrong? Now, let me tell you guys something. Nobody, and I mean nobody, should have to turn around and explain themselves or dance around someone else's wild and erratic behavior. Okay? A grown adult, let me explain something to you guys. A grown adult knows exactly every single minute of every single day what it is they're doing. They know that it's wrong. Okay? They know. The problem is their immaturity, their lack of emotional intelligence, their lack of self control, and their need to seek revenge when someone else out there knows now the truth about them. Now, as I'm explaining this person to you guys, I want you to keep in mind that there are people out there that don't feel the need to do any of these things that I'm talking about tonight. They're not going to do these things. And that's how you know that someone is literally on the dark side, living this day in and day out. Okay? So let's not get it twisted. They know, but they're just choosing to do this. This is how they've lived their lives from early adulthood, and they find the people that are going to put up with this and tolerate it. And here we go again. Now we're getting into taking revenge. Number 4, they need to take revenge. They have to say something. They can't just quietly go away. They're not going to do that. Oh, no. There's no grace with these people, you guys. There's no just not wanting conflict when it's time to shut the chapter. So they're going to do some type of reverse Hoover. They're going to show you that they're still obsessing over you years and years later. They still have people that walked away from them on their brain. They can't let it go. They won't let it go. I knew this person uh, years ago, and what I picked up on her from at one point masquerading as my friend. This is going back to, you know, circa 2012, 2013, going up until when I finally got her out of my life in, I don't know, 2018. She was obsessed, and I mean obsessed, with her ex. And what I figured out from her, from watching this, um, and watching the behaviors and watching the obsession, is that she could not comprehend. Her ego was so inflated, was so uh, obnoxious, was so unruly, was so demented, that in her brain she could not uh, she could not figure out or accept. I'm going to use the word accept, that this person that she once was with for 4 years did not want a single thing to do with her anymore. Her ego would not accept that fact. In her head, she was so magnificent. She was so wonderful. She was so great. She was all these things. How can you not see that? They can't believe it. Their ego can't believe it. You know, they're the best, you guys. Don't you know that? How could you not? How could you not see that you are with the best? That's how they think. And so, you're going to see that, you know, their ego can't accept it, and so they want to seek revenge, or they will stalk. They will continuously, here we go with the prone to the anger. They have to find some place to fuel their anger and their immature feelings and emotions. So what they're going to do is they're going to stalk online. And I want to remind everybody of what religion out there practices revenge. Do you guys know what it is? If you don't, I'm going to tell you, it's Satanism. So you're a Satanist, okay? When you're sitting around and you are just concentrating on what you're going to do to your ex many, many years later. Now, I am not talking about people who are being picked on, probed. Currently, right now, I have people that have admitted to me that they have these revengeful feelings as they are dealing with a narcissistic type of neighbor or things of this nature, and they're being honest. Now, that when you're going through somebody bullying you day in and day out, and there's no relief, yeah, that sometimes can be very normal to have those feelings, because you just want it to stop and go away. But the good people out there, the people that don't have what I'm describing here, that they have this need to take revenge many years later. Good people don't actually, when they think about what they think that they would want to do, they know deep down, like, well, that wouldn't solve anything. So I'm not talking about that. But people that cannot get past their own ego are literally, you're a Satanist. Okay. Number 5, they cannot, and I repeat, they will not self regulate. All right. They're not going to do that. And they're sure as heck not going to do it by themselves. Okay. They want you to go down that emotional roller coaster with them, and they refuse nothing else. They're going to have it no other way. They want all your time. They want all of your energy. They want all of your resources, all of you, while they are yet again going through their emotional arrested development here. They are off of their rockers. They've got their highs and their lows, and they live by their emotions. They live by them. There's no facts here. It's all emotion. They're complete hotheads. A lot of times these people, they'll make real quick decisions, doing very harmful things or completely careless things. These people are so low down insane to the point that they literally belong behind a jail cell. Okay, they're the ones they belong behind bars with what they do to people. Yep. But they're going to go out there and they're going to convince you that they're being stalked, that they're the victim. Here we go. They're the victim, you guys. And guess who is promoting and provoking the stalking behavior? Ding, 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 ding. It's unbelievable. But you had better be on board with their every tear, their every angry outburst. You better be okay when they literally switch up on you on a dime, as they've done to every other person in their life, every other single person in their life. You know, they're masters of this. 1 minute they're telling you about so and so is the devil. They did this. I'm done with them. Next week, you're going to be hearing about how they're so sweet. Look what I really do love them. But you better be on board with all this. You better not be picking up on all this. All right. And guess what? When you're seeing someone doing this all of the time, that's coming for you too. You better wait your turn and get in line because that switch up's coming for you too. I don't care if it's been years that this person has been your friend. They will too do this to you at some point, okay? Because they're not right in the skull. They're emotional criminals. And they're going to put so many people in their lifetime through their shenanigans. And they sit down and they literally wonder to themselves why they have no close friends and why nobody wants to bother with them. And the only people that are going to bother with them are A, people that have no backbone, or B, people that have no education around what it is that's dancing around in front of them. All right. And don't know what demonic possession is. That's who they're going to pick. That's who's going to stay around this, because nobody else with an education or understands what demonic possession is hanging around this. We've all jumped ship. The moment we figured you out, we're done. Okay? Number 6, they're now going to take personal things. This is how you know you're dealing with a narc. They're going to take personal things you told them, and they're going to twist what you told them, and they're going to make it bigger or worse, or they're just blatantly lie. All right. Because it's time to seek revenge. Remember? So they sit and they bank on it. When you were telling them personal things about you, by the way, that demon infested person that you didn't realize across the way from you was your enemy all along, they were taking that information and they were storing it. Remember, guys, a stable person moves on and doesn't even think about any of it. They want to move on. They forgive them. They don't have this desire to stay focused. Again, if you have been wronged by someone, and it's been, something that has completely turned your world upside down, you go and you get the proper help for it, and you're not doing these things. All right. These people harbor deep-seated feelings of unforgiveness. They harbor that. All right. And a stable, healthy person does not have these desires. They don't actually enjoy walking around in a state of unforgiveness. They don't like that. They want to get delivered, and they want to seek salvation, and they don't want to be trapped in those emotions, and they move on with their life, and they find peace with situations, and they heal through Jesus. All right. Number 7, narcissistic people who call themselves Christians are participating in Christianity for all of the wrong reasons. Okay. They obviously, based on everything I'm talking about tonight, you can only worship one master. And they are not worshiping Jesus, you guys, by the ways that they live, by the ways that they feel, they act, they operate. No. Church to them, leadership roles to them, is a way to control other people, is a way to take the ill off of them and concentrate and harp on somebody else. Oh, honey, they love to get together with people that are younger than them. So that makes them feel powerful. So they can say, oh, you need to, um, this is what's wrong with you. And they always have these condescending remarks, thinking that because you're younger than them, you're not as structured and developed in your Christianity. So they love to do the things where, God was talking to me last night. First of all, God wasn't talking to you, okay, in your alcohol infused breath, or your marijuana binges, or your Xanax fueled hateful, conceited ways of thinking. God wasn't talking to you. And I know God wasn't talking to me when I was drinking. No, he wasn't. I wasn't hearing from God. Guess what? No, you are wrong. But you're not going to admit that, are you? No, you're not. They justify their behaviors. They still have alcohol infused breath, and they're going into deliverance ministry services to try and deliver other people. All right. The drinking and thinking isn't occurring here. It's all ego. It's all ego. All right. And it's ridiculous. And what they're doing to other people is even more ridiculous. They're not going to get out there and talk about the days that those days aren't behind them. They're still doing this. Okay. They don't want to learn right from wrong. They want to make up their own rules, and they want to continue doing them. And they want to, how dare you better yourself and you don't drink anymore? How dare you? How dare you? I'll show you. Number 8, they're not going to get help. Here we go. They're not going to get the right help. The help that they want to receive is somebody placating them. Somebody telling them, oh yeah, that behavior you did last week, that's smart. That's good. There's nothing wrong with that. They're looking for counselors, for therapists, for coaches that are just going to allow them to do whatever the heck it is they want. And let me tell you, they're out there. They're out there. These are people who aren't going to tell you that behavior is harmful, that you shouldn't do that to your partner, that you shouldn't be acting in these ways, that it's self-destructive. You're hurting other people. You're hurting yourself. It's not right. Plenty of therapists out there aren't going to tell you that. Okay. So the only help they're looking for is the help that placates them, that tells them, hey, we all make mistakes. Keep drinking. Keep having no self-control to do what you did to your husband last week, because that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. The minute you have to tell them that, hey, you might want to stop doing that. Oh, you are gonna get it. They love to do things like, oh, well, I they this is their favorite line. These addicts that refuse to see that they have a problem. Um, oh, I haven't had a gummy in like 3 months, and I found one in my drawer the other night. Go figure. And then, I think that gummy is really what provoked me to, do what I did. There's always an excuse. It's never, hey, I did something and it was wrong. You will never hear those words out of their mouth. Oh, no. All right. You're not going to here, you will not hear the truth. That's for sure. Narcs do not like the truth at all, whatsoever. Number 9, they're going to hang themselves with their own rope. Okay. This is the part I want you guys to all listen up to. You don't have to say anything. As you grow and you transcend and you get right with yourself in your ways and your sinful nature, and you get a better relationship with God, you are not even going to want to respond. You don't have time. And they want you to care so much. They want you to care. They're begging you to care. And what they mean when they think about the word, what care means is they want you to react. They want you to go down that rabbit hole with them. But you don't have to say a word. You don't have to do anything. Sit back and let them narc. They will. And it further proves to you, it shows you the case. The proof is in the pudding. The unhinged behavior is all right there. The only thing you have to do is continue to keep it all together, keep it all documented. Number 10, pay attention to, really pay attention to these, what I call these little micro moments that really shows you who they are. It's and some of it you'll remember it so much so it went in your memory bank without you even realizing it. And when they finally pull that stunt that you're like, oh, well, this is who you really are, you'll remember all these other moments. And it's things like when they take off their glasses and you see their beady little like evil eyes, and you can see them, and they're not present. They're not good. You can see all the issues going on behind those eyes. You can see their intent, their jealousy, their all the things we're talking about. And most importantly, it's things like when they laugh, they'll laugh at some point at somebody else's expense. Um, they'll be laughing at something that's not funny. And is everybody perfect? No, but I'm talking about these are like the moments that you remember to your core because it hit you in such a way and it affected your spirit, where you were literally like, wow, did she really just say that? You'll hear it in stories that they tell. They'll forget that they told you a story, and then they go back and they tell you that story, and it's not the same version that you heard the first time. And if you have like a photo of them, You'll see that sideways smirk, that, crap eating grin that they have on their face. And you will really notice and you'll pick up on the misery. These people are all miserable people to their core, and their facial expressions will actually prove that to you. So pay attention. Pay close attention. I mean, they can laugh and hee hee ha ha for hours on end, but those little micro expressions, those little conversations, those moments where they make a statement that you're like, oh, okay, so you use people. You're looking for people to use. That's what you do. Mhm. Number 11, they're siphoners. They siphon. They're siphoning off of your good energy. It's not theirs. So when you meet people, you don't realize that they're doing this and that they are literally copycats and mimickers. And yeah, they're vampires. They're sucking in all the greatness that you have, and the great energy and positivity that you have. And it's not theirs. It isn't theirs. So they're siphoning off of that. So you might think that they're positive people too in the beginning, but they're not. They're siphoning off of yours. They don't have a positive bone within their whole system. They're manipulators with motives behind their every move. And what they really want is they want something from you. They want something from you in return for this positive energy they're putting out, and their laughs and hee-hees, and they just want to be your friend, and they want to be a part of what you're doing. They want something. They got a motive there. They want free advice. A lot of times these people come in your life because they see that you actually have a head on your shoulders and you don't have emotional stinking thinking. So they want to get free advice from you, and take up all of your time. They think nothing of spending hours upon hours on the phone with you, when you wouldn't even do that for anybody. So they want to take from you. It's not that you have this great connection. They are siphoners, okay? And their gifts, their compliments, they're straight from the devil's playbook. All right? And if you notice, they get very jealous and very strange when other people compliment you. They don't like that. Why do you think that is? Ticks them off. So, once again, they're copycats. They got zero originality. They get their ideas, their fake characteristics off of studying other people. All right, and they like you. You're like a new scent to them. Oh, fresh meat. Number 12, they are purely negative and pessimistic to their core beings. Guys, literally, the flowers die when they walk in the room. Also, watch what they complain about, what their comments are. You know, always talking about other people, ignoring what it is they truly do. All right. And I want to go back for a minute about these micro moments, micro expressions in their face. Um, if you're really, now hear what I'm about to say. I know a lot of you know. If you're really walking in the spirit world, at one point, you're going to see their face morph. You're going to see something going on their face that's not of this world. And I know for some of you that might be new to my channel, that sounds absolutely crazy. But for those of you that have been following my channel for a long time, you know what it is I'm talking about. Split seconds, it morphs right in front of you. You can see the slit in their eyes, like, like a lizard-like slit. It'll rattle you to your core, but when you're walking in the spirit world, you know what you're dealing with. You'll see those eyes blacken. Um, you'll see the pure evil in their face. All right. Yeah. And a lot of the times when you see it, it's because they're trapping themselves in their own lies. And that demon in them has nowhere to go. It like exposes itself. Yeah, it'll rattle your soul when you first see it, because it's like you can't believe what you just saw, but it's actually undeniable and you'll never forget it either. Right? I want you guys to understand something. They have done it so many times to people throughout their life. They continue to do the same things over and over again. They're doing it to themselves. They are truly the definition of insanity. They do the exact same things over and over and over again. And then they still are a lot older now, and they're still expecting to get different results out of the same behaviors they have always been doing. These people are the quickest to point out what is wrong with you. Meanwhile, their sins are their sins, and that's what they are. And a person that can't recognize their own sinful behavior is a prideful, evil person. I just said what I said. For you to not have the ability to self-reflect and stop doing this to people, you are in the dark side. You are prideful. Pride is it's an abomination to God, and you're evil. Their ability to care for other human beings is not from their soul. It's from their flesh. So you cannot save these people. They don't believe they need any saving. It's you. You're the problem. They're not going to admit their faults. They're not going to do that. And if they do, a lot of them, they'll be in the jail cell, and they'll be like, oh, I did all these things, because them and their narcissism is now up against the wall. They don't have another choice. It's not because it literally came from their soul that they're sorry. So here we go. Now I want to get into this. Don't forget what I'm telling you guys tonight. A lot of you will sit there in session and you'll tell me, Trace, I don't really think that he or she knows what they're doing. I don't think that they're doing this on purpose. Mark my words. They know. Every single step of the way, they know. It's just that the devil has completely convinced them that they're such a good person. I mean, do you see how twisted and messed up that is? But that's what's going on. And the devil is so good at making them believe this that they're going to make you believe it too. They're amazing. You should have appreciated what an amazing person they really are. You took advantage of them. You didn't appreciate what a great catch they are. I'm also going to leave you guys with this. If there's one thing that God has blessed me with in my life, it's the ability to recognize good from bad people, truly. Now, do we all have our issues? Yes, none of us are perfect, but there are literally things that will put somebody in a category to say that that's a bad person right there. And we should be able to say that and know it to our core. And then there are people that are doing really good things. They're not online going, oh, hey, look at me for all these good things I'm doing. No, they're out in the community doing those good things. So if there's one thing I can tell you, it's that I know both sides. I truly do. I got it. If there's one thing God has really, really given me in my life as a blessing, a true blessing, it's the people he's blessed me with in my life. Actual amazing people. People, some of them I have known for my entire life, my whole life. People that I get to call my friends. And I really, really strongly feel that I've been blessed in that department. So I want it to be completely clear to all of you tonight in this video. All right. My truest of friends have never been rude to me. And if they were, like I can think of one back in the days of our college days, we weren't going to go to, we were going to talk this out. We weren't going to let a stupid fight, fuel what's going to become of this friendship for years. They're good people. They don't look to be rude to me. They don't look to kill my spirit. They don't look to say, oh, hey, look what I have going on for me. When you're like down in the dumps, they don't, not support you when, you need support. They don't always try to have one leg up on you or, these types of things. There's mutual respect there. Okay. So when there's mutual respect for one another, you've got mutual understanding, and some of it's unspoken. Some of my friends, I know something's wrong with them before they even have to open their mouth, and vice versa, because we know each other, we respect each other, and we understand one another. And so that creates the empathy and compassion for one another. Let me revisit this for you. Demon-infected people. I want to show you how they're all the same. Are snobby, miserable, haughty, prideful, judgmental of others and not themselves, controlling, unhappy, and they take that unhappiness out on others. They actually hate to see you happy deep down. They're jealous. They're possessive. They refuse to learn from their mistakes. They're emotional basket cases expecting other people to deal with that. They're liars. They're abusers. They're blame shifters. They're provokers. They're say one thing and do another's, which is inconsistent. They're backstabbers. They're slanderers. They're group thinkers. They don't have independent thinking. They'll be the first to go along with, okay, the group's doing this, I'm going to go along with it. Group thinkers, and they are revengeful. Narcissists or demon-infected people will waste your time. They waste their own time, and they're going to waste yours too. So if you're watching this, make sure you have a hard sit down with yourself to make sure you don't land in any of these categories before you go out there and look for help for yourself. Because as I mentioned before, the devil will convince a lot of people that they're not the problem. And they are. So have these hard conversations with yourself. Now, if you're dealing with someone and you've noticed that your entire personality has changed, especially if you're in an intimate relationship with someone, and other people that you trust, as I'm talking about these good people in your life, your good friends, are telling you that you're changing, you might need to get some help before you turn into, you start living on the dark side yourself. Yes, that can happen. But I truly believe that you were the person you were going to be actually, um, as you started to become an adult. And you, as I talked about before in the channel, you hit a crossroads in deciding who you really want to be. And I truly believe that, you know, uh, as I said before in this video, uh, you're not looking to do these things. You don't actually like acting in the ways I've described tonight. Okay. Um, so just make sure you're not out there accusing others of being one. Um, and some people, once again, that demon has convinced them that everybody else is the problem. They haven't even seen that they've gotten involved with another narcissist. They're a narcissist that has gotten involved with another narcissist. And boy, oh boy, they're getting it served to them raw, you know. And that's quite the dynamic in itself. You know, a lot of people they don't think that you see it. They don't think you see it. They don't realize the moments that you figured them out. They don't think you see it. And it's like sweet pea. I saw it long before you knew I saw it. Okay. Excuse me. But remember that thing about, sorry, somebody's calling in right now and it's cutting through on the um on the screen here. But remember that thing I was talking about where you guys, you narcs out there, you're giving yourself enough rope. You do. You all do. That's how I know I don't have to do anything. You guys do it to yourselves over and over and over again. The only thing I got to do is stay far away from you as possible. And I know what's going to come for you by the way that you act and treat other people. Last but not least, I've said this before, I'll always say it. Keep in mind what they just did to you. Would you have done that to them? And that right there is all you're going to need to know. That's your answer. That's your answer. These people are not for you. They all belong with each other. Yes, the narcs together with narcs. Yes, they got no business trying to be in your life and having any parts to do with a person like you. None whatsoever. They all belong with each other, and because that's the only place that they're going to be able to get away with their crap day in and day out. And they've got no business out there wasting people's time. So yeah, I hope that this video helps. I've got the phone call coming in again. I think it's somebody that needs some help. So anyway, make sure that you, if this video resonates with you, make sure that you like the video, share it with other people, save it for later so you can watch it again and again and again to remind yourself. Yes, I do take people for one-to-one coaching 7 days a week. Just reach out to me at tracefaceit@gmail.com, and I'll be happy to let you know what my rates are and work something out with you for coaching. I really hope that this helps you guys that need the help and that need to hear what I had to say tonight. I'm Trace Face, and as always, it's time we face the truth together.